Welcome to the Undisputed Effing Dipsticks Commissioner's Corner, a weekly press conference with your commissioners. I'm Commissioner Grove.
And I'm Commissioner Middleton.
And together, we're going to talk to you each week about individual matchups, maybe the week prior's matchups, who did what, who won what, and who lost huge. So, before we get to that, and before the fantasy football week really gets going, we first have a few rules that you could take to heart to better enjoy this fantasy
Or you
football
cannot
season.
take to heart.
You couldn't take to heart, and you could lose your ass.
It's their ass.
It's whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. Rule number one, be active and check your team weekly. Everyone enjoys a win against a team whose players are all on bye weeks. It's fun, it's an easy victory, but yet it's also a lot like masturbation in the fact that while you do enjoy yourself, it feels a bit empty at the end of it.
And always, make sure you check the message board. Feel free to be ugly, rude, and crude. It's time to let the hate out. It's all in fun, so...
I won't take it personal if you call me an asshole.
Asshole.
Watch more football. How else will you know who's a hot waiver wire pickup? Because the waiver wire is going to be your lifesaver at some point this season. Somebody's going to get injured. Somebody is going to underperform their draft grade. Already, we have had a certain player who had their starting tight end lose his knee on the field. So he's had to already hit the waiver wire. So think of it as you're going to a bar and you're scoping out who you want to bring home, and they can't say no. So no date rape drugs involved here with the waiver wire.
Ear antler spray. And always, don't forget to have fun. This is all for fun. We're just trying to have a good time. If there's anything that we can do to make it more interesting, more fun, just let us know. If you want to call, email, text, message board. Next week we'll be doing the same thing, and of course, so we'll get in touch with y'all and we'll go from there.
That's right. If you want to be a part of the show, let us know. Call in. We'll have you live to where you can talk as much shit to us. Tell us that you're ready to beat someone's ass next week, whenever it starts. Whatever you would
Let
like.
the ass beating begin.
That's right. Some people need that ass whooped. But in other news, Yahoo released their draft day grades. And I don't know if you have checked these out, Jeremy, but I checked them out just on a whim. I found them and wasn't that pleased to find out that I'm just average. My mom always told me I was more than that.
Just a little more than average. Yes, there's quite a few that are a little more than average.
That's what she said.
Hello. Anyways, we have some grades here. We'll go on. We'll take turns. We'll do this. The report card top of course came out with blouses. Blouses was a straight A.
And that would be Jeremy's better half, Holly, who got the top grades in the class. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like less of a man in your own home now?
Did you have to say that on camera?
Next up is Show Me Your TDs, which is Candace. She came in with an A-. So good job, Candace, on drafting. Slightly worse than Holly.
And next we have LA Raging Cajuns.
That would be Andre.
Oh yes, that would be Andre. He came in third with an A-.
So really, him and Candace are just slightly worse than Holly. Next up is the most interesting man who got a B. That's Aaron.
Pretty interesting.
Jeremy's younger brother who plays musical instruments.
And the next goes to this guy. The most... Oh. He may go all the way.
Mm-hmm. Just like he did on the night of his anniversary. And next up, with another solid B, which is before half his team went down on IR, is Finu Dave.
Poor Dave, I hope he gets out of recovery.
I do too, because I don't know what he's going to do for a starting tight end this year.
And followed right behind that, a Victoria's Secret also has a B. How do you feel?
Feel pretty good since I drafted her team.
It is out, ladies and gentlemen. It is out.
She was there. She's like, I like the sound of that person's name. And I said, okay, they're not a bad player. Next up is Friar Tuck Rule, which is Hal, with a B-. So if you're keeping score at home, everybody's significant others drafted better than the others. So all the women drafted better than the men if you're married. So we should all feel very emasculated for that.
Yes, and next is Kevin's team.
I don't know how he got a C+ since he drafted the Saints defense.
Adrian Peterson.
Yes, that was his lone saving grace. Kevin. All right. And next, following him, is Urine Trouble. That would be me. I don't have any problems peeing. I'd like to point out our sponsor right now. That helps me with
Or
that.
unsponsored sponsor.
Coors Light definitely helps get the pipes flowing, but I got a C. Mostly because if you would take a look at this lovely breakdown here, I drafted most of the breakout players, so it's a go big or go home strategy for your
See,
truly.
that's what he gets for looking at my cheat sheet, because that B was not for breakout, it was for broke dick.
Asshole. See, look how fun it is to talk shit. Encourage that. Next is Tiny's terrific team, which bucked the trend of drafting better than his lady friend. He got a C-.
And last but not least was the grocery, which is probably one of the smartest, creative way of drafting.
Drafting based solely on their last names or their first names being named after food products, which I find awesome. My favorite pick of hers was Reuben Randall. Shout out to my favorite sandwich.
The Roethlisberger.
Oh, that's an actual burger in Pittsburgh.
Can't go wrong with a burger.
No, not if it's got Roethlis
Rapist burger.
Rape. If it helps you rape people, that's not okay in my book. Get her consent. It makes it all better. So, I believe that's going to do it for...
Yes, I think that means we need to wrap that shit up.
This week's...
I don't know.
Weekly press conference. Once again, I am Commissioner Grove.
And I'm Commissioner Middleton.
Cheers.
On deal.
On deal.